Good morning. We are in the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to share 5 photography tips. Now, the thing about these tips is that I don't actually know what they are right now. So I'm going to shoot around, and we're going to discover them together, because I think the best tips come when you're actively in the field shooting. So that's the plan. Let's do it. I present to you our first abandoned house. The story of this house, it is haunted. Just kidding, it's not actually, but yeah, I need some gloves here. Give me a second. I'll be back. Okay, I got my gloves, and these are clutch. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I don't really know if this is doing it for me, but not really. Kind of sucks. Okay, yeah, so here I'm thinking if I just shoot like this, that's almost like a snapshot, right? Because you're taking a photo, you're just holding up the camera, taking a photo. So that's kind of what a snapshot is to me. It's like, basically, if anyone was here with a camera, they could take this photo, and it's not that hard. But I think that's kind of the difference between a snapshot and a photograph, is like an interesting composition, or trying to use this gate as a foreground element to kind of provide some context for the shot. So it's not just a house, it's a house behind this fence. It's been left for a long time. So something like that. Not like that. It's too dark. I took one earlier that I liked. I'm just gonna act like that's the one that I just took. Don't tell anyone. The first tip that I'm thinking about right now is I came here with the idea that the house was gonna be my main subject, right? Obviously, because that's kind of the main thing that's here, right? But I think not just taking pictures of the house, but focusing on the supporting elements of the environment. So the fence, the gate, like textures of the barbed wire or the wood or something like that. Maybe a sign, something that kind of supports the entire environment, right? The vibe of this house is it's decaying, it's old, abandoned. It's been here for a long time. So I think focusing on elements that really convey that story. So you're not just taking a photo of the house itself. You're taking a series of photos to tell the story of the scene. I think that is my tip number 1. Let's go. 4 more to go. And the sun is rising, I'll tell you that much. Also, I missed shooting on this camera so much. I love this camera. It is my favorite camera I've ever shot with. And I know it's a DSLR. Oh, DSLRs are old and clunky. Man, shut up. I love DSLRs. Maybe that's tip number 2. If you love a piece of gear, use it. It doesn't matter what anyone else says about mirrorless, DSLR, best sensor resolution, best high ISO performance. Man, if you find something that you like, use it. I think using a camera that will get you out into the field shooting and you will actually enjoy it, that is the most important camera that you can own. Before I leave, I found this composition. It's kind of interesting. Again, using the no hunting sign to put into perspective the shot. Or, no. Okay, I have a plan. Give me a second. A little bit sketchy, but Okay, this is my plan. I wanted to get a little bit higher, so using my resources. So I see this fence post right here. I don't want to cut that off. I like that in the frame. So I'm keeping that. And then kind of like this level. Okay, I have my next tip, I think. I'm gonna go crazy, shoot this at 1.4. So, with this shot, I was seeing, I really hope I'm in frame. I'm actually gonna check that before I start talking, start blabbering. Okay, so I saw this sign and I thought it was interesting. And when I shoot it from this height, it looks like this, which is overexposed, but whatever. The sign basically lines up with the horizon, which kind of like makes it get lost in the frame because it doesn't really stick out on the green background. So if you get lower and have it shoot through the horizon line, it becomes the main subject of the frame. And so the tip that I have for you is that what is the tip? If you want something to stick out in the, okay. The tip is pay attention to what crosses the horizon line in your image. And if you want something to stand out, make it break the horizon. So, because this subject is close to me, and to be honest, the background doesn't really matter that much. It's kind of just there. It's not the subject. So I want it to break the horizon. Like this. And bada bing, bada boom. So this is one of the shots that I actually had in mind. Is this, I think it's an oven or something. It's pretty well framed in the doorway here, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's cool. I like that. It's kind of sketchy, but I'm gonna get out of here. Just missed a shot of the tractor, unfortunately. Got the tail end of it, but took my banner image. That's pretty cool. I think it turned out decently. Okay, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna walk, see what I find. The shutter isn't oh, I have a 20-second timer on. There we go. It still works. So, it's lunchtime. Let's reflect, shall we? So, I don't remember what any of my tips were, to be honest. Yeah, I think talking out loud, narrating what I'm doing is pretty helpful. I think a lot of this stuff comes naturally, like instinctively to me, because I've been doing this for so long. And so I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing it. So like vocalizing what I'm doing, super helpful. This could be tip number 5. If you want to better understand how you work and better understand like even your natural behaviors, talk to yourself while you're shooting. Like, why are you making the decisions you're making? Why are you composing the shot this way? What are you leaving out of the frame? What are you putting in the frame purposely? These types of things, like asking yourself in the field, it can help. At least that's what I've learned today. So I think that's 5 tips. I really don't know. But, you know, I hit pretty much all the locations that I wanted to. So I don't know where this road goes, but it's only 11:30. So I'm just going to drive around and see what I see. It looks like the windmills have stopped windmilling. It's not very windy anymore, but it is freaking cold, so got to put the gloves back on. So what else? Bring snacks when you're shooting. These taste like candy if you need a protein bar. Is that upside down? Oh no. Very good. Not sponsored, but you know. Gotta get them gains. Gotta hit that protein. I might just drive this way and see what there is. I don't really know where I am, but let's see. Found some cows, so why not? You ever hear of the rule of odds? The rule of odds states that the human eye is attracted to odd numbers. So, if you have a subject in the frame, say cows, having an odd number of them is going to be more visually appealing than an even number of them. So, trying to get 3. Moo. Hey. Trying to get this. Hey. That is Mount Adams. I just looked it up. I've been on top of that mountain actually quite a few years ago. Yeah. But anyway, I kind of like this truck with the water things with the mountain in the background. So the mountain will be kind of small with the 35, which is unfortunate. But you know what? It's okay. And you know, I think it's best to only bring one lens the first time you go to a location. The first time you visit any location, right? you don't really know what you're going to find. I mean, you know what the subjects will be, but you don't really know what you're going to need. And I think it's not like I can't come back here and shoot the same shot with a different lens, but I didn't know I was going to find this today. And all I have is a 35, which is okay. So I'll do what I can with this lens. And then, you know, if I see this shot and I say, hey, I really like that shot, but I think it could be better with a zoom lens, I can come back. It's not like I can never come back to this location. So I think trying to make the decision of what lens you want to bring before you leave reduces the number of decisions you have to make in the field, because I've been stuck at 35 millimeters this whole time, so I've just been walking around. But yeah, I guess tip number, I don't know what we're on, but tip whatever, this is probably the last one, is treat the first time you go to a location like a scouting visit, right? Don't expect to get the award-winning shot the first time you go to a location. That is unlikely, probably, and being in a location gives you a better idea of what you will need to actually get the award-winning shot. So I think treating first-time visits to locations as a scout is a better way of looking at it, right? I don't know. I don't even know if this is going to make the video, but I like the shot, so I think we're done shooting. Got a couple good shots. Not anything print-worthy, probably, but you know, that's fine. I think I don't know how many tips I've done already, but my last one would be you're not probably going to come away with a print-worthy shot every time you shoot, and that doesn't mean shooting wasn't worth it. I'll probably do a whole separate video about this, but it's basically just practice. It's like doing drills, but for photography. At least that's how I'm trying to look at it. So I'd say today was a success either way. Yeah, so I guess we'll see how many tips I actually ended up with. I don't know, but we'll see. I should probably mosey on home. A few more minutes here is nice, though.